This is a depiction of Abraham being tested by God to sacrifice Isaac, which of course God did stay his hand, and it was a test of Abraham's faith. This is the crucifixion of Jesus. This is what we, on Good Friday, this is what we celebrate. It's weird to celebrate, and it was very, very brutal, very bad. But he was the only perfect sacrifice on earth, or perfect. He was sent to earth simply for this. He had preached for 3 years, and then he was killed. He knew this would happen. It's why he came. Okay, this is the open tomb. This is when Jesus rose from the dead and left the tomb empty. And this one is his ascension. Those are the apostles on the bottom, and they are watching Jesus as he ascends into heaven. So that's what these depict. Okay, none of these are religious ones. There is a water lily. That was a request, and so I painted it on the water, and I put a couple of little, and that is the one I called the structure and beauty of the orchid. I did it that way instead of curling it at all because of the beautiful structure of that flower. I had no idea that it looked like that until I looked up it online, and I thought, wow, that really has some strong structure because of the way those veins go through there. You can see that. Anyway, and then it's got this little guy in the middle. I did this moon, and we can put it whichever direction we want to do it. But anyway, yeah, I did this one. It was kind of fun. This one is, it's got to get back a little bit, it's bigger. It's called sunflowers. So anyway, it's out in the country. There's a little windmill back in there. But yes, this is sunflowers. Grew up in Kansas, sunflower state, but there's a lot of sunflowers in Nebraska as well. So this is the horse calyx, salt licks out. It's just a big block of salt. And you can see how it's kind of got a little dirty little thing there. That's where they've licked it. But they will go by there as they're out grazing, and as they need a salt, they will get their salt. And this one I have just finished. This is releasing the swan. There's the guy down here in the corner, and he has just let this swan go, and it's just really enjoying itself. But this is Lilies, and it's got the pink lilies, and then it's got the calla lilies, and it's topped by ferns. And I enjoyed kind of doing the vase. I just really enjoyed doing this one. But it did take a couple weeks to finish. There, that should get, I'll get it. Yeah, it's all in there now. I'm holding the camera way back. Here's some more. Okay. This one I did quite a while back. It's a reminder from the days I grew up, the 70s and 60s. This was the peace sign with the two fingers. So I decided to, this is when things were still going on in Afghanistan and stuff. So I didn't leave quite enough room on the letters. So I put the C there, and I thought, well, let's just use that and say, well, let's put this C back in place so the word's complete. So, but that's my own hand. I tried to copy my own hand for that. This one, I thought, well, I was having some fun with my growing up back in the 70s. And this was Brain on a psychedelic background. Psychedelics were the thing back then. I'm not talking about the drugs. I mean the colors. I mean, the dance floors with the disco and everything, all psychedelic, and I think it's could make you seasick when you were dancing on it, but I never danced on one. The brain is kind of amateur, but I thought it looks like a brain, so we'll do that. This one is an educational piece, and I had to do a lot of research on this. Somebody asked for Titan, the biggest moon of Saturn, and Titan, it turns out, is very, very unique in the fact, well, just in the fact that they know what's there. But this is, there is fluid, but it is methane. That is liquid methane. And it's not a very good atmosphere. No human could live there. And this is the frozen methane here. And then this is your liquid methane. It's Titan. The atmosphere, I don't remember, I don't think I put that on there. But yeah, it's kind of a cross section, I guess you could say. Okay, these are some of my wildlife type things. Hummingbirds at a hummingbird feeder. And I learned a little bit when I was studying up on it on what not to feed them and what to feed them. They say it's best to go ahead and do your own, boil your own water and add well, there's sugar, but other stuff. Anyway, they said a lot of the stuff you get in the store is chemicals, so I don't know. This was a request. I had to look up information on these. This is a tiger, and he is resting in the jungle there along a path. Looks like there's some mud there at his feet. There's some nice grass and foliage behind him. And this is a lion and his pride. He's a proud lion. It was another request, and I did have to do some looking up on. And a lot of these, they do live in Africa. I know there's been a lot of shows about the Serengeti. That's kind of the image I tried to put on there. But he is, now in the lion world, the females do the hunting. Now the male will guard. He's a guard and he will protect. But the females do the work. They do the hunting and killing. And tigers, I think, other than when they're breeding, are more solitary. What we have here is someone asked for a bridge. I thought, why not an old style railroad bridge? So that's what we did. And we did the what do you call those pikes? Anyway. And I tried to get the structure there as best I could for my level. And put a little bit of riverbank in there. And I kind of made the terrain orange so it'd show up. This one I did at Halloween. It is kind of an abstract. It's called Nightmare. The person laying there in the tent is having a very bad nightmare. And I guess there's quite a bit of people wondering about nightmares and asking about nightmares and sharing nightmares. So this is the one I gave, and it's dragons and there's a bat in there, I think. And then I kind of went over it with some kind of watered down silver paint, I think it was, just to kind of give that a little bit of sheen. I put some like lightning stuff in there with the silver. It's just kind of muted. You can tell kind of what it is. You know it's a nightmare. And here we have a wolf howling at the moon. definitely a Halloween one. That was fun. I had fun, and it turned out better than I was thinking it might, because I was like, how do I do a wolf howling at the moon? But I just kind of looked at some references, and this is what I turned out. So these are more of like farm and children related. This one's snow day. It's kids got a snow day, and they don't care that it's still snowing. They're all wrapped up in their boots and their caps and their coats and snow pants, and they're out there. Some are making snowballs, some are making a snowman, and they go in with their feet frozen, and oh, I remember those days. Your feet just freezing and hurting, and so your mother puts your feet in cold water, because the cold water is warmer than your toes. And if you go warming up too fast, it hurts. So anyway, I do remember those days, and that was kind of what this went. It's no, we didn't have any Rhode Island Reds. I do remember a young man in our class who had a hobby of raising, I can't think of the word, but he liked to get different kinds of chickens, and one of them was that he did was a Rhode Island Red, and they are a Rhode Island bird, so that's where they get their name. But anyway, I kind of had fun with that one. He's very bright. I don't know about in the head, but he's very bright. Having a lot of fun. I've got a few here that are just nature, and this is a Goldfinch, and I enjoy doing that one so much. They're just so pretty, and their coloring's varied, and I just really enjoyed that. And then, of course, I did a scorpion. Gotta have a little bad with good, but he's not a bad-looking scorpion. I think he's handsome. I gotta have a little fun. And then this guy, that's my blue jay. I did a cardinal, but I made her too big and kind of cut most of the tail off, so I'm gonna have to repaint the cardinal. So, but I'm happy with the blue jay. Okay, that is gonna be it for this part of the catalog.